If the rise of fascism and oppressor sows division terrifies you to your core, then clap your hands. For the past couple of years, I've been having a video call with a couple friends from college almost every Saturday night. They were college seniors during my first year there, and we did occasional weekend calls starting after they graduated, so this has been going on for quite some time. It just became more regular once I graduated as well. Lately though, I've been putting off messaging them when I'm ready to talk until later and later at night. Calls used to start between 8 and 8:30, and now we've been starting closer to 9 or after. I'm not sure if this is just quarantine blues or not. Recently, I never feel like I have much to say, and it's always more interesting to hear the two older friends talk about their shared interest. Often there are longish silences, and while they're not exactly awkward, there also isn't the same level as comfort as with the other friends I've known just as long. I want to propose that we move the calls to every other week, but I'd feel bad doing that and worry about how that would come across. Am I being a bad friend who needs to give herself a stern talking to and be better about initiating our calls? Am I just listening to my introvertness and anxiety too much? Would love any input. I mean, I don't think that's unreasonable at all. In fact, these two friends can continue to call every week. You could just say that you'll only be joining every other week. That seems like a pretty ideal solution to me. You don't even necessarily need to go into the reasons why. But you can't beat yourself up about this, you know. Things change, people come and go in your life for different seasons, and I think you're gonna be okay. You're fine. You're okay. I am 16 and got thrown into public school last year, previously homeschooled. And I met this guy last year who happened to become a public schooler around the same time as me. We're the same age, but because of where my birthday falls, we're not in the same grade. And over the summer last year, we texted a lot and got to know each other better. And turned out he was a friend of one of my brother's friends. And I might have developed a crush on him over the same summer. Catch this though. He said he is a Christian, which is important to me in any relationship, but he turned around this year and said that he was gay. Oh! Not where I expected the story to go. Now I have a crush on my brother's friend's friends. I mean, that really sucks for you. And I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna lead anywhere. You were right. This is a pickle. That's the best word for it. It's a pickle. Because this obviously isn't going to lead to any relationship, which sucks. I mean, I'm sorry for you. That does hurt. But you are already good friends with this dude, which I think is awesome, and I definitely think you should just stay on that course. Be this dude's friend. Maybe gossip about boys with him. I have been struggling with my mental health for years now, and I'm still trying to find a way of dealing with it. Oh, this is gonna be a whopper. I've done counseling and been on medication, but those things don't help the way I thought they would. Oh, this is a whopper. I wish I could talk to my friends about it, but they live in different states now, and it's hard to find time to talk. Oh. This is a whopper. For 3 years now, I've had the idea of starting a YouTube channel, as I think it will help me feel like I have someone to talk to and can express myself during the good and bad times. I mean, I can attest to that. That's what it is for me, so. I even bought a vlogging kit with a camera and such. There's just one thing holding me back. Uh-oh. My family. Specifically, my parents. See, the thing is, my parents, although good people, and they've provided everything for me, they've always been more on the negative side and have always hurt me emotionally. Whenever I've brought up something that I'm excited about, they usually react to thinking of the what ifs and accept and what abouts. After hearing those things, I lose my motivation and excitement from before. I feel depressed and like nothing is worth trying. It is so easy to fall into the temptation that constantly figuring out the flaws in a plan you have is a good thing, because it means that only the best plans happen. But that's not the purpose of what ifs and what abouts. The purpose of those is to deal with the problem so that the plan you're already coming up with is a good plan. Like if you want to, build a tree house. Like, you don't just shoot that down. You use the what abouts to fortify it and build it strong enough. What ifs and what abouts are tools for building things up, not tearing things down. And that's something I'm still trying to tell myself. I really want to have a YouTube channel and have video ideas. The other problem is I live with my family, so they would hear me when I'm filming, and I already feel the awkwardness. I'm also scared of what my extended family or friends would think if they found out, expecting negative/judgmental reactions. I also don't really care about the online people. I'm so confused and in doubt of what I should do. I want the YouTube channel for me, but I'm afraid of how people around me will respond. What was it like for you when you started out? What do you think I should do? I do think this is a good idea, a good plan, as long as you're careful about what you do post online publicly. But it's really, your plan doesn't involve them, and as long as you're not like inconveniencing them, they should not be discouraging you. You are exploring a creative and emotionally stress relieving outlet, and I think that's absolutely fantastic, and I 1000% support you in doing this. And they should. So as long as you're obviously careful about what you put online, especially at your age, and don't try and hide this or keep this a secret from your parents, because I honestly think that would just make things so much worse. I say just go for it and start it, and if they ask what you're doing, say, like, oh, sometimes I talk about my feelings to a camera. Or you could even just say, like, I'm making a quick little YouTube video. Just make it sound very, very casual, because that's what it is to you. But you're doing everything perfectly fine. You're okay. And send me the link to your channel, please. So there's this boy I met a year ago. All of the best questions seem to start with this. We became friends rather easily, so we started texting pretty soon after we met, since we go to different schools. I had a suspicion he had a crush on me, but I didn't say anything. Then half a year later, he confessed to me. Yes! Here's the issue. I don't find him attractive. Oh, I take back my yes. I feel really sad saying this because it makes me feel like such a bad person to not look past such a simple thing like outer appearance. I know it doesn't define us, but I'm scared. I'm scared that I'll leave him and he'll love someone else, and then I'll be out of his life. I'm scared I'll end up alone. Apart from the physical attraction, I really enjoy spending time with him. I feel like if I don't start a relationship, I'll be making a mistake. I'm really nervous I will regret my decision forever. I mean, this is not a fun situation, but it sounds to me at least like you want a relationship with him just for the sake of having a relationship, not because of him specifically, which I think is not a good foundation. Because the thing is, after a while, just everything comes out in a relationship, everything. And you're going to accidentally or intentionally let it slip that you don't find him attractive, pretty, physically pleasing at all, and that is going to crush him. And I think that is just going to lead to so many problems down the line. And it can cause many issues when one person likes another person, but that second person doesn't like that first person back, and then they try and have there be a friendship, but it's just awkward. But like you said, this was a year and a half ago, and it sounds like you guys have been still getting along pretty well. So to be honest, I say you should just keep it at that. And don't try and force something that's not true and not real and not authentic, because that's just asking for mistakes, and it's going to be awful for both of you. I think this poor guy doesn't deserve that. You don't deserve that. So that's my opinion. Fun! Me and my boyfriend have been together for almost 2 years now, and because we live really close, we saw each other all the time. But now, because of this mess we're living in, we haven't been able to hang out like we used to. It's kind of like being in an LDR. I know communication is key to having a good relationship, but I've never really been in a situation like this before, and I'm having some problems with expressing my emotions, and I feel like I may annoy him because I'm constantly down. Any tips of how I can improve my relationship? How can we still do fun stuff without physically being together? Oh, isn't it just the funnest? What you're talking about that is very real. It's totally a thing. I know exactly what you're feeling. It's a strugg, man. Especially when you're not used to it. And while you'd think that a lot of LDRism is simply just talking on the phone all day together, in reality, what do you do when you're hanging out with somebody IRL? You do stuff with them. And thankfully, we live in like 2020, and there's many things that you can do with somebody over the internet. You can play a video game together. You can do one of those like Netflix watch party things. It's not ideal. It's not the same as being together in real life. But right now, it's about the best we can do. So that's what I say, is try and focus more on doing activities together. You know, there's like Scribble.io. There's obviously any like Minecraft-esque video game. There are a bunch of options. And then that could give you something to really talk about and hopefully laugh about during the times when you're not like doing those activities. Susan and I have started binging shows using that Netflix watch party thing, and it's fantastic, and it's really cool. It's an element to our relationship that I really only get to experience once a year. Now it's nice to have that again, or at least something close to it. Now, unfortunately, we can't really do anything about the pandemic, but we can do something about the other big event happening right now in the country, the Black Lives Matter protest movement. If you're like me and unfortunately can't attend the protests going on and show your support that way, there's still so many ways you can. Like, for example, the outro for this video will just have a single video linked, not the usual 3, which is just a YouTube video that you can just play and leave there. There's a whole bunch of ads on it, and all of the AdSense money goes to support the BLM movement, which is absolutely fantastic and a genius idea. And I'm asking you to do that. If not when you're watching this video, then like tonight as you go to bed, or somewhere. I also put a couple petitions for justice you can sign down below, and yeah, what a time to be alive. Big things are happening, and hopefully justice will be done. So for that reason, we have to stay positive.